Today, Phil Brady will be presenting his Icebreaker from the new Toastmasters Pathways program. The Icebreaker is the first speech on any path in the new Toastmasters curriculum, and Phil is excited to get started in Pathways. The title of his speech is Not the Sharpest Tool in the Shed, but One That is Often Used. The time is 4 to 6 minutes. Please help me welcome Phil Brady.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, guest, and fellow Toastmasters. I'm going to move this back just a little bit. I joined Toastmasters in 1991, so I've been in it a long time. Gave an icebreaker that same year, and since then, I haven't given an icebreaker. So I was excited about and a little nervous about giving an icebreaker to this group. Many of you have known me over the years, but some of you don't. So how did he get here? It was very good to reflect on all the, going back and looking over my life and the Toastmasters part of my life. So I've broken it down into 3 sections. There's the before Wilmington. I moved here when I was 15, and that was from Winston-Salem, where I grew up. So pretty simple life. Family, church, scouts, school, in a very small community in Winston-Salem. But then we moved down here to Wilmington and managed to get through New Hanover High School with a diploma and no bullet wounds. Went to Front Street University, which back then was called Cape Fear Community College. Or actually Cape Fear Technical Institute at the time. We called it FSU. FSU. And then I went to work at a local chemical plant for 32 years. Had a great career there. But like all careers, at some point they tap you on the shoulder and say it's time to go. And there was a speech in that about changing hats. And now I'm a real estate agent. The constant, though, since 1991 has been Toastmasters. I wanted to talk a little bit about Toastmasters and what it means to me and what I've done over the years in Toastmasters. At the age of 39, I was out at the chemical plant, and I had been tapped to sit in on the management team meetings with all the directors and managers at the plant, because I was a wage roll employee, and they wanted somebody to be the voice for the blue-collar workers, and they tapped me to do it. I said, okay. In the process of giving recognition to our switchboard operator, because this was during the first Gulf War, and she was arranging for employees to come out to the plant and using the switchboard system, talk to their sons and daughters who were in Saudi Arabia. And it touched me so much that I was trying to recognize her, and I became very emotional, and I just couldn't seem to get it out. And I thought, well, I need some help in public speaking. And I had heard about Toastmasters 6 years earlier and thought that's a great idea, but I waited 6 years to join. I've learned a lot over the years. My goal was to speak without emotion. The last 26 years of Toastmasters has afforded me a lot of great mentors and a great experience, and I've had some very inspiring speeches. My favorite speeches that I give are the ones that are humorous, and yet there's some kind of a lesson woven into the speech, similar to a parable, a fable. And it has, at the end, there's a lesson, there's a nugget that's in that speech. Many of my earlier speeches were caustic in some way. I was rubbing the fur against the grain. I was kind of picking on somebody, whether it was political or whatever, until Chris Roberts, the late Chris Roberts, who was a member of our club, came up to give his icebreaker. And he said that some people speak in a way where they have no regard for how people are going to hear it. He said, I want to speak in such a way that people will understand where I'm coming from, and I can persuade them. And I thought, wow, that's what I want. And much of my speech has changed since then. My goals this year in Toastmasters are to lead our board well, to build bridges of understanding, which is sort of the ongoing mission. I want to defend the right of free speech, at the same time respecting the rights of others. And I have some upcoming speeches that I plan for the coming year, or perhaps 2 years. One is, I want to speak on the Star-Spangled Banner, not just its history and how it came about, but speak on the competition between several different songs to be our national anthem. I've been researching this, and it's very fascinating to me. I'm going to speak on being the sharpest tool in the shed, which one time I was. And I want to speak on the Freeman Project, and I won't say anything more about that one right now. And finally, I want to speak on the speeches I'm reluctant to give, including the speech titled, "Sometimes I Wish I Was Jewish." The benefits for this icebreaker for me are looking back and reflecting on where I've been in Toastmasters, setting goals for the coming year, and learning that my initial goal to speak without emotion is never going to be realized. Because if you take the emotion out of the speech, then you're going to take the purpose, and you're going to take the passion from the speech. So I want to use that emotion in such a way that it'll reach out and touch people. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you so much to Phil Brady. If everyone can please take a moment to write a